maybe the other team could listen in. And
I mean, I don't really know what to expect. I don't really play much against Roberto's, and I don't know Varsky, so I have no idea what to expect.
Yeah, Varsky does seem a bit like the wild card, but Roberto's doesn't actually play that many doctrines, so like I'm not gonna spoil too much, but there's like one or two options he's gonna go for.
But both aren't banned, and like maybe he also picks the cheese. It's
he
not
might go for
quite clear yet.
Even before we get AX banned.
Well, this is UKF, so like every doctrine is cheese. Let's be real here.
Yes. So
UKF is just filled with all the broken stuff.
Another thing, Miro, are you like confident because you have one of the highest elos in the server?
Yeah, sure.
That's good.
Yeah.
Stock also joined us. Stock, do you wanna say something? Like, you're live on the stream right now. You can greet the whole 5 people watching.
5 people.
It's because the other 4 are currently in the match, I think.
Yeah, maybe. Like we had 24 people watching yesterday, which actually was quite nice.
That's pretty
and
good.
We also had a lot of people. Yeah, we also had a lot of people watching earlier, but we had like super big technical difficulties. And
live streaming does tend to do that. The first.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully the recordings I've done will have a little bit more success tomorrow.
Yeah, your recordings are generally pretty good quality.
Yeah, and I think people maybe like hop over and
share with the Rangers a bit, huh?
Oh yeah, really quick, do we want to do Roberto's and Varsky before like they get too deep into the game?
Yeah, would probably be a good idea.
Yep.
Mthis too.
Yep,
okay.
No. Stock is here.
Yes. So what do you think of this matchup? Do you have like a plan?
I'm scared. Yes, I'm gonna go very nasty doctrine, as in fucking airborne.
Oh,
of course you're going to go for the cheese. I know what you're gonna do.
Yes, I mean there's a lot of things I can do.
Alright.
Oh yeah, very important question for Varsky. Where does the team name come from? What does it mean?
It's my old Steam name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a double. It's Sotanorpat means like a war seal.
A war seal.
Yeah, it's war seals.
That's a very interesting name.
Yeah, I was called that when I was younger.
I mean, it's a pretty metal name, to be fair.
Yeah, definitely metal.
He's pushing me pretty hard here.
Yep.
Alright, should we return to lobby tree then let them concentrate?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
And
alright, now we have everyone there.
So for Muro, I'm not really sure what Muro would go. Nor Bugs. I don't really think they kind of play any doctrine, I think.
Yeah, I think they can be very adaptive. They can be very adaptive. Yeah. Although I think Bugs, from what at least I've seen, can be very jokey sometimes.
Yeah, but like if you're talking about the urban shattering game, that was more of like he told me he was just trolling after they lost the mid part of the map.
Well, let's see what they pick.
Let's see.
The one game where he had like infinite Folkstorm.
Yes, that game. The game that made you
like we already have a doctrine.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny have gone Panzerjäger and he's going for SS Grenadiers out the gate.
Meanwhile, Muro hasn't picked anything. And Roberto's already locked in Parachute Regiment, and he hasn't decided whether to go.
Anvil.
Oh no, I know what he's doing.
Anvil, he's going straight for fire teams instead of normal rifle sections, so that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, he's going for his patented, I think, MG34 spam.
Yes.
Because the fire team get like a
stolen MG34.
Yeah.
Oh, and we have a British tank regiment for Varsky as Hammer.
That's also a pretty solid choice.
Yep.
So it looks like we pretty meta picks.
Yep.
And Mura's looking to counterpick, I guess.
Yeah, looks like it. He's also going for the I think the standard SS opener for like the more like
dog counterpick.
Yeah. So like
Yeah,
probably
but
we're
it's
gonna
a
see a
smart one.
Kubel. Probably a Kubel in like the next few seconds.
Probably. Double SS Grenadiers and a Kubelwagen coming out for Bugs Bunny.
Yep, he's doing the standard opener as well.
Yep, and here comes the Royal Paratroopers.
No, yeah, this will be a difficult fight, but Roberto's has them in yellow. Nope, he's noticed.
No.
Yep, and indeed MG34 Kubelwagen is coming out for the SS again.
For the SS, and they still haven't chosen a doctrine.
Yeah. Oh, and of course he uses Matt in it, so they're immediately suppressed.
That's a risky play, though.
Yes.
Yeah, Vasquez having trouble. He's already getting overrun on the southern flank.
Yeah.
But he's getting a Vickers, and that might be able to change the tide a little bit.
Yeah.
Looks like Sir with Rangers also present to support the Royal Paratroopers.
He's pushing Mura off surprisingly well, but Mura chose to play Jaeger.
Oh, no, that counters fire teams because Scope STG.
Yeah, because the Scope STG, and it looks like Vasky's gonna lose his engineers.
Yeah, that's
gonna be good.
That's a loss.
That's an expensive
that's gonna
loss.
send him back pretty far. His teching is gonna be quite slow now.
And the MG
Also, that's been a risky play to get into this house because he has like 2 windows there, maybe.
3 windows.
3
windows, okay, but only 2 are firing.
I think it's just to buy time for the Vickers to get into position.
Yeah, there we go. It's coming up now.
But he's facing a world of fire from the from the SS Grenadiers.
The real question is, what is he gonna target? Oh, he's going for the guys in the sandbag.
Not much else he can target at the moment.
Already got a tank hunter section to counter the Kubo.
Yep, that's a good.
Pretty smart.
Oh, and those SS Grenadiers with the Kubelwagen support is just.
Oh yes, the pinned.
Oh, and now the Vickers has turned it around.
Because the Maxim-based things are really good. Like all the water
probably the best machine guns in the game.
Yeah, except the MG08, kinda sad.
No, sometimes it feels like the MG08 outperforms the MG34.
It definitely does. Like, the Vickers Maxim and the water-cooled 30 cal are really good. And Bugs is experiencing that now. The next thing that's gonna get pinned is the Storm Grenadiers.
He's dug in very heavy.
Oh, MG34 on the Kubelwagen is taking through the rifle section though.
Oh yeah.
And the Vickers is down. Wask is also somewhat floating manpower, which...
No, he's not.
Oh yeah, he got something now, but he was at like 500 just a second ago.
He's doing double medics, which is interesting to say the least.
Oh, the paratroopers did not get the MG34. They got an SMLE.
That seems like a misclick.
Yeah.
I think he wants to go for the manpower bleed and just use the Mad Minute for suppression right now, like he's doing.
Yeah.
But it looks like
I think this match is going to be decided by whoever wins on right side.
Yeah, and Varsky is not doing too well. He's been completely overrun here.
Yeah, I think Varsky's maybe noticing that PvP is a bit hard in Spearhead.
Oh yeah.
Bugs is not an expert AI. He's much better than that.
The medics are running, but they get kept down.
Stone Pioneers are flanking the Sherwood Rangers, but the Sherwood Rangers with the Vickers are still holding on.
Oh, and Bugs has his own MG now, so I think Varsky might be base locked on this side.
It pretty much looks like it. Maybe he can like snipe the...
Burrow's Kubel went down.
Yep, and another good shot there from the boys.
I think he's in range of the Vickers. And the boys also took out the other Kubel, that's nice.
Yeah.
But the STG Sturmgrens will probably put some pressure on there.
The Panzerjäger STG meta, the real Sturm doctrine right here.
I mean, if you get like the Kampfkraft Center, you can get the STGs on your 240 guys, and then it becomes a real Sturm.
It's Sturm, but actually balanced.
Looks like some Royal Paratroopers are heading southwards.
Ooh, that's a very
interesting
low impact
play.
fade, yeah.
It's also a risky play because Muro has basically free reign, but all his stuff is back at base currently. And
I think
Bucks
the
is
double
not
team
using his map
support is...
control.
Yeah, double team support I think here is
Right now.
necessary though, just to stabilize.
And what's also interesting is that Bucks didn't use his map control to set up a forward medical HQ, he still put it in his base sector.
I think he's just
So
thinking.
I guess he's playing it safe.
Yeah, he would generally sometimes want to play it safe, especially on a narrow
So
map
like you
this.
can't put it in the like middle point just outside the base sector if you want to like really get that bonus.
Yes, or you can literally just put it 1 more meter on the road where his Kampfkraft center is, and then it's also outside of the base sector, I think.
Looks like Robertus is taking
Muro's also playing it safe.
I think they're
He's
both...
going...
And he's going for a pack gun, that's interesting.
No, it's a Pack 36, which is even more interesting.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Muro doesn't have a tier 1 yet.
I think I know what he's gonna do. He's either going to use it as a like pseudo assault gun, or he's gonna go for like model snipes with 36.
Maybe HE snipes, and definitely model snipes.
Yeah.
Maybe like ground attack or something. Oh, we have to watch out though.
Destroy the cover here, actually.
We have to watch out though. If he like targets the MG, that's forbidden.
They have no fuel now. The fuel gain, they have a lot of fuel stocked up, but can they do anything with what they have?
That's a good question indeed.
Like this isn't unwinnable. It's quite uphill though.
It's quite uphill, yes. But they already got tier 1 out, so they actually have enough to get tier 2.
And looks like the other
for Brits.
Looks like the other paratrooper already got an MG34, but they're being cut down
but
range.
he's not faring too well.
I think rushing the tier 2 here would be a very big mistake. I think you need like a light vehicle to stabilize this.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, the scope storming gewehren are just proving too much here at these kind of ranges.
Something that's very hard to counter.
Yep. And MG34 is going to make it very hard to try and get this connection point, but they are trying with the Sherwood ranges. But I think that's going to backfire shortly.
He's throwing an impact smoke, which is a good idea, and he's also countering it with a nade. That's the Sherwood range is gone.
What Varsky needs to do, I think, is he needs to like get a like decent force of infantry and get like an officer to support. Then he needs to slap his command bar ability and try to make a breakthrough.
And Germans have overrun the northern position.
Oh, okay. This might be game then.
This might be a quick one.
Oh no, he's going for the 17 pounder, the 6 pounder.
Oh.
He needs a light vehicle here, I think.
Why? They don't have any vehicles.
Threatening a capture point.
Yeah.
Why would you go for a 6 pounder? That's a misplay by Robertus, I think.
Yes, a very big misplay. It's gonna cost him the game.
But he doesn't have vehicles unlocked yet, so he can't get anything.
Yes, but he should have, invested the resources from the 6 pounder into light vehicle and then straight into Stuart.
It definitely looks like
the shotgun is ridiculously good.
It definitely looks like the Mthis is going to win this one soon if nothing else happens.
I mean, this is like not Road to Kharkov, this is Road to Arnhem.
Operation Market... Oh wait, no, the Germans won that one, never mind.
Well, that's kind of what this is, isn't it?
Why it fits.
Yeah, it definitely looks like the British...
actually planting mines.
Yes. What they need is a hero Stuart right now.
Like 40s are coming out though.
AT guns, and Bucks also has 1 AT gun, but Bucks took surprisingly big infantry losses.
Yeah, Roberto's trying a little push up on the north side. The scoped STGs are gonna kill him, I think.
Yeah, like if he gets a nade into the house, maybe.
Nah.
But it's not gonna work.
Nah, he got out.
Honestly, I think this is karma for Mad Minute.
It's karma for the beginning, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, those scope storm
fire on his officer.
Those scope storm gewehren are just doing so much damage.
Oh, he's actually winning.
Oh, probably because of a lack of windows.
Yeah, two or 3 windows is not good for this kind of engagement.
I mean, he also has like camo and sniper. which is always painful for SS. Like if you look at it, Muro and Bucks are actually pretty low on Muni, but Roberto's is still not going for light vehicles, even though he has the manpower and fuel.
Bucks and Varsky are both banking a lot of munition that I think really need to be invested in, like weapon upgrades or like satchels or anything to break this defense line.
Okay, we have 11 for SARS coming out for Varsky. Not sure if that's gonna work out.
Oh, the Dragoons? Close combat units. Probably not going to be very good on this map.
Not really.
Yeah, STGs will just outshoot them at range.
I mean, they can still get a Bren. But, of course... Oh, Varsky actually has the munitions, so he could technically give them Brens if he was in the sector. We also see the Bucks already as his third truck out, so we're gonna see tanks from him soon. And... he's also ready to counter tanks. He set up a pack gun and Shreks.
Yeah, so he's fully prepared.
While Muro's just putting on pressure and MP bleed.
Yeah, at this point I think it's just a matter of
and the first paratrooper is just getting cut down now by the scope SDGs.
Oh, that was so fast. I barely caught that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those scope Sturmgewehrs
like
are kind of
Muro
nuts.
also demoed the point.
Yeah, they are ridiculously good.
But Robertos is calling in a glider. That's an interesting idea.
Oh no, he's doing an Erica. Where is he landing it though?
Oh.
Right on a telemine?
What the hell? Jesus Christ.
He landed in a telemine.
Muro must just be laughing his ass off right now.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
think the
God.
post-game interview is gonna be hilarious.
Even the glider's glitched out with animations.
I think it's just destroyed because he landed on the mine.
Yeah.
And then there's also a demo charge right behind it if you check Muro's
Yeah, I
point
wonder
of
what would have
view.
happened if Muro just detonated that as it came down.
That could also have been
That is
interesting.
hilarious though, the landing straight on the telemine. That is... Ooh.
And it looks like a half-track and some Sherwood Rangers are trying to push Buck's side, but I think they may be in for a world of hurt, especially the half-track, which is moving.
This is far too late for a half-track.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I think the play on Varsky's side would have been to go into a Valentine and just try to get some cheeky HE shots off.
Yeah, the Germans have just got this way too covered.
Like, I might be imagining things, but I can swear that the Valentine's high explosive shot, if it doesn't bug out, is about,
Yes,
as
really
good as like the Panthers.
I mean, it's a 75mm, so, and technically since the way how HE works IRL, like the lower your muzzle velocity, the more HE filler you can do. That's really oversimplifying it, but that's basically why Sherman HE is better than Panther HE. So the Valentine should be really good with HE.
Yeah, that would explain why even with the single shot HE like Sherman shots is still very lethal.
I wonder why the airborne lieutenant is standing out in the open.
You might just not have noticed.
Could be.
Following in the footsteps of airborne lieutenants getting killed and getting Victoria Crosses, I guess. Though that's 40 years too early, and I think that happened in the Falklands War.
Oh, probably.
There's definitely one where an airborne lieutenant, like not even lieutenant, like battalion commander led a charge and ate an MG burst and passed away, but his men were so angry that he died.
Looking at the German side, they really have a lot of fallback lines. I don't think that, even if they do manage to like pull off a Hail Mary kind of push, that they're not going to take much. The Germans can just fall back really easily.
Oh yeah, and there's also a Panzer 48 in the field now.
The Dragoons in the half-track are maybe going for a clown car action against the pack gun.
Ooh,
which might work if they just skirt out of range.
Oh
but
my god,
I think the J is gonna shut it down.
This is a Wickinger tier strategy.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Oh, no, what's he doing with it? Is he gonna go for it?
He's actually moving it towards Muro.
Oh no.
That's a Panzer 48 coming though.
Yeah, he maybe wants to move because it's just about to be over. The Hussars are... Oh, he's getting his own 6-pounder gun. The Hussars are just hitting the deck. and they get cut down by the Panzer Grenadier Division Grenadiers.
That's not looking good for the British forces. Ooh. I don't think the Royal Paratroopers
also.
I don't think the Royal Paratroopers can turn this around.
Yeah. I think the clown car could work if he had like not Piat but like a bazooka. He could like run in and try to like get a shot off on the Panzer IV-J.
Oh yeah, the Paratroopers are just being overrun here.
Really well equipped.
All these scoped STGs just cutting through them.
He's also popping to the front.
If you let the scoped STG blob snowballing, just feed off veterancy from your units, there's no stopping them. Like, the counter to the doctrine is artillery.
Yeah, the heat fire for effect is actually like the only thing keeping him away. And the Panzer IV-J is just lurking out of heat fire for effect range.
Let's get to work.
Second Panzer IV-J being prepared by the Germans. And also another Panzer IV-J for the other Germans, so Muro and Bucks Bunny are getting more tanks. They might be planning to overrun the British position here shortly.
Yeah, once they hit like 3 or 4 Panzer IVs, they'll just roll over everything.
Ooh. Bucks also did really meta upgrades on his Sturm Grenadiers.
Yeah,
2 SDGs and 2 DMRs. And you can see he just melts anything that faces him.
Oh yeah, the scope Gewehr on top of the 2 SDGs is just too much.
Yeah, you can see the models that drop like with the pink mist cloud, they get sniped by the DMR.
A lot of them are dropping with pink mist clouds, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's the high veterancy.
Oh yeah, oh they're just getting cut down.
That guy's got ripped apart.
Oh, and that's another whole squad dead. Yeah, Varsky is I think a lot of people are I think he has to write a lot of letters home.
Definitely.
I mean, so far we've also
seen... I think, but he doesn't have to...
Yeah, but he kept it on.
He went... I think he pressed Matt Minute on that guy, I think, which might have been a mistake. Because he would have had enough if he did press it. Oh no, he pressed Red Devils.
Yeah. And Varsky's actually getting fuel, which is interesting because he...
Are they gonna like get a Churchill to try and pull this back?
Oh,
I mean, a Churchill is somewhat in range. He's only lacking like 40 fuel and 60 or 40 manpower.
Yeah, I mean, if they can survive 2 more minutes and drop another fuel, I think a Churchill is a real possibility.
Yeah, but I don't know if they can survive 2 more minutes with 3 Panzer IV-Js outside of their base.
Yeah, that's a lot of cannons and a lot of machine guns.
Yeah, in this case, actually no, Cromwell 5 wouldn't be a bad idea, but oh, he's going for Cromwell 5.
It would be better than nothing, but I don't think it can hold back the Axis right now.
Yeah,
unless he
Churchill would be better for the long term, but a Cromwell 5 is what they need right now.
But I think it might be too, it might just be too late. It might just be far too late at this point.
It might be worth...
Oh, the Piat bounced as well, I think.
I think it didn't hit, but it's a Piat, of course it didn't hit. Let's see if the heat fire for effect can do anything.
I mean, the Piat isn't that bad, it's just people use it at max range expecting something to happen and nothing happens.
I don't know, man. I don't think I ever hit a Piat shot in like 800 hours of Spearhead.
I've never even used the Piat because I realized how bad it is.
But the random veterancy Cromwell looks pretty good. And...
yeah, that's a decent Cromwell. That can do some damage.
The big question is if it will get lucky.
Especially if he fires APDS, because
yeah,
a lot of people don't
though he needs to watch out. It gives less damage.
No, actually, I don't think it does, because I've heard some conflicting reports that it might actually be bugged and not do less damage. Which would also make sense. Yeah, and also, apparently that wouldn't make sense anyway, because all British, like, AP is solid shot.
Yeah. But I mean, it's less to shrapnel, I guess.
Well, he did.
It looks like the Panzer IV is winning.
Yeah, Panzer IV is winning. Even
not looking good. It's not up armored yet.
No, it is. It comes as a Cromwell 5, like, off the bat.
Yeah.
Alright.
But he can make it into a Cromwell 6.
Headquarters are under fire.
If he has the fuel.
But that's just side radius, which
Yeah, it's an observation tank. It's not very good for his current situation.
Oh, yeah, we got penetration.
Though he got one pen on the P4.
Yeah.
But now, oh, he doesn't have prioritized vehicles on, and a second P4 is already there at full HP.
Yeah, he's making good use of smoke to just
this.
conceal this thing from the pack gun, though.
They're still trying to hold on.
Yeah. Oh, officer strike called in though.
I think at this point, Moros is going to try to end it for Panther.
Yeah, 10.5 centimeter coming in.
Muro doesn't have a Panther though.
He's teching towards it though. He's getting the heavy tank.
He already has it.
He's teching towards it.
He needs 3 more CP. Like that's not gonna work.
Send orders. Tank ready and waiting.
Yeah. Actually, I think at this point, just like 3 or 4 Oswins might do the trick as well.
Yeah, like they can't get armor, so it doesn't make sense to get a heavy tank.
Yeah, but the Ostwins would be more vulnerable to the 6-pounders than the Panzer Force would be.
Indeed.
That is true.
Indeed.
Oh, it might be. Oh, they need to take out that 6-pounder.
That 6-pounder from Robertos is doing a great job holding the allies, but the infantry is not doing such a good job surviving.
HQ is under attack.
Yeah, and the Germans are just surrounding the position.
One of our anti-tank guns is gone.
Yeah. From a how do I say this? From a like if we start counting what went wrong from the very beginning, I think Varsky had his unit priorities a bit off.
Yeah, like the double medic for sure wasn't the best player.
Yeah. Double medic. I think his machine gun took quite a while to come out as well. He didn't have enough infantry presence.
And that Panzer IV is just holding. Yeah, I think the Cromwell cannot do anything.
Oh, he has to watch out so that he doesn't turn the Cromwell around by accident because of bad pathing. And now his pack gun is out of position.
No, the pack gun's
gone. The pack 40 is gonna get cut down though. And the 6-pounder actually gets a shot off. But
oh no, that's artillery.
Muro caught in the plane strafe, which got the Cromwell.
No, that's over.
That was like a little bit try hard, not gonna lie, and the bombing runs coming in too.
Well, they're stuck at base, so you know.
Yeah,
I think it's justified at this point.
I still don't like the planes coming from the map edge. Like I think they should spawn over your HQ, fly over, and then strafe from the division part 1. But I don't know if it's possible. That's lucky, and it like actually does a lot of damage if it hits.
Well, yeah, it is still a heat-based projectile.
Typical enemy trick, isn't
it?
But yeah, they're getting cut down now.
6-pounder anti-tank gun finished.
Yeah, I think it's just too late. This is a perfect example of Arnhem.
Basically.
But where's the bridge?
Yeah, that's a good question.
The headquarters building has been destroyed.
There's a river next to them, or like a lake.
No, that's a lake, yeah.
It's just somewhere in the Netherlands near Arnhem.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they can do much about this anymore.
No, base locked, base buildings going down. I mean, they have fuel. Not sure what they're gonna do about with that though.
They're not picking it up though.
And here comes the Storm Pioneers in, but that's obviously stop them.
They're probably gonna throw nades. In the hope that a single nade assault knocks out the base, but he's dropping too many models.
And only true 1 of 2. No, you need a satchel for this, or like 5 or 6 nades. 1 or 2 is not gonna cut it.
Panthers are being prepared now.
Yeah, 2 Panthers just to set a quick example and to end the game.
Perhaps a little bit overkill.
I would say that the Yak Panzer isn't what's needed. I would rather go for Stug F8s. He's also going for the Shermans, but they don't get toggle HE anymore. And since like the last
thing, they're very cheap.
I mean, they also have the 3 MGs still.
Yeah, 3 MGs is not bad.
Yeah, the 50 cal's very good. That's way more damage than you'd expect it to.
Well, it is a 50 cal. It's like 1 step below an autocannon.
Yeah, I would still be going for the Stug F8s, just for like the toggle HE and the destruction they can do to buildings.
Plus the
I think this would have ended much quicker if they had H's, because then they'd have HE to shoot at those buildings.
Also just that the stocks are a lot more economic to pick.
Well, I don't think economy is an issue at this point.
I know, but it's just the stock is just overall a much better choice than people give it credit for.
Oh yeah, it does reload a bit faster than the Panzer IV as well.
Oh, but they just cut down the airborne infantry now.
Yeah, those scope SCGs might be a little bit overtuned.
Yeah, it says a lot about Jaeger as a doctrine when the best strategy against Jaeger is to not fight them and instead bomb them.
Yes. Yes, there's basically nothing you can do, and looks like we maybe have game right there. Roberto's dropping the airborne lieutenant in the last second, but he just gets cut down.
They should just surrender.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I mean,
This one building can definitely turn it around.
Roberto's is famous for never surrendering.
Yeah, but there goes the final building.
And that's gone. Wait, no.
And there we go. That's game.
Now it's gone.